really want to please my wife, I cook her fish. If I even want to please her even more, I don't cook the fish. She likes sushi and sashimi and all of this. And today I'm going to do that. This is sushi rice, which is a little bit different than the conventional rice, rounder too, and you have to wash it a couple of times. Usually, you will see that the water gets pretty cloudy, you know, with the rice. And you have to do it a couple of times until the water is clean. Usually 2-3 times. As you can see, in that few times, I mean, the amount of rice almost double in volume here. So we have that here. I'm going to wash it again. Okay. You don't want to do that really much ahead because the rice continues to swell up. So you put that into a, I have 2.5 cups of rice. Now I have more than 2.5 cups after I wash it. 3.5 cups of water. And that's it. Nothing else. You bring it to a boil. Without covering it, you know, you stir it a couple of times. Not much. As soon as it boiled, cover it, lower the heat on very low, and boil it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, shut the heat off, and leave it another 15 minutes to cure and expand. And that's basically what I have here. This has been resting for a while. And now we continue with the rest of the recipe. See, my rice is still a bit hot. And now it has the proper texture, but now we're going to put the seasoning in it. Putting about 1/3 cup of rice vinegar here, a couple of tablespoons of mirin. It's very oily to much sweeter. A tablespoon of sugar in addition, and like a good teaspoon of salt. I can mix it like this, or you can put it in the microwave oven for a minute if you want. 30 seconds to melt it, but it should be melted. But that's fine here. I'm going to put my rice now. And the 2 cups of rice are multiplied. So this, you want to vent the rice a little bit. I've seen Japanese doing that with, you know, venting the rice. But basically, I want to put that mixture in there. Okay. And stir it with it. That's it. Cover it with a little piece of plastic wrap so it doesn't dry it out. And you can cool it off in the refrigerator. I have a lot of ingredients in my sushi. Of course, a lot of fish. I have beautiful tuna. I have scallop. I have salmon. I have shrimp. I have uni, which of course is the roe of sea urchin. I have salmon caviar or trout caviar you can use. Then I'm going to put scallion in it, as well as avocado. And I have roasted sesame seed here, and 3 ear mushroom, with a lot of different type of ingredients, and you can prepare all of that stuff ahead, which is great. Maybe I should do the shrimp first, because that's the only thing which has to cook. You know, the scallops are there too, but especially those tiny scallops, I would want to serve them just as they are raw. So here I have those large shrimp, which you want to peel and devein. You can see that this one, we got the intestinal tract here. And cut in like 3 pieces. Okay. And this, just with a bit of salted boiling water, I'll put it there and I'll cook it for like 45 seconds or so, just until it will change color. You will see that changing color, becoming opaque, and I'm going to remove it. Almost. I have served the shrimp raw as well, but frankly I like it better when it's slightly cooked, but still translucent in the center. You can see that the center of those shrimp will still stay a bit red, but cooked enough. Okay, Now the tree here, we call that oreille de Judas. Judas here in France for some reason. And they don't really have much taste at all. They just give you texture, you know. These very inexpensive mushrooms, you put them in water, they reconstitute, and those I cooked a little bit. Sometimes you serve them raw as such, but those I cooked about 10 minutes, and they're still close to the same texture than this one here. So I continue with my tuna here in pieces like this. I have traveled to Japan a number of times, and I've enjoyed going to Tokyo at the market, the fish market here, which are for professionals that I've gone there in the morning, and it's really a fantastic market. I have a piece of salmon here. I will again cut the belly, a little bit of this, remove the fat of the salmon, which is mostly under the skin like this. I can leave it, sometimes it's a bit stronger, so it's the part of the fish when you cook it to turn like dark, you know, and nothing wrong with it. It's the fat under the skin which protects the animal, you know, from the cold. So again, this will be cut into inch pieces. I can smell the salmon. That is, I shouldn't say I can smell it. One is that I cannot smell it. It doesn't. It is very fresh. Here it is. I have my shrimp here. And now my mushroom, just coarsely. Another thing. Then I'm going to put a little bit of caviar here. It's a trout caviar. Depending the time of the year when you do it, they can be quite elastic, that is going together, and it's hard to divide it. So what I do, you put just a little bit of flavorless oil, and that makes it easier to separate it, to serve it. That will be with it too. I'm going to put an avocado in there. So your best bet is to cut your avocado this way. Twist it to open it, and then cut gently with your knife. You don't want to go through the skin, into square, into dice. I would probably put a little bit of lemon on top just for discoloration. You know, it's a bit different than your conventional sushi. I mean, I did my own variation here. Some people don't put the caviar, of course, or the uni, which can be expensive, or change the fish. It's a great dish for that. You can really express yourself. In addition to that, I like putting a bit of scallion in there. Okay. The beauty of it is that you can really prepare all that stuff ahead. And it's just a question of assembling it at the end. I think I'll have plenty here. So that would serve about, I would say, 8 people. That quantity of 2.5 cups of rice, 3.5 cups of water. And the rice should be, it doesn't have to be ice cold, but it should be cool. Okay. So, you can start with the salmon. Doesn't really matter what you start with. The tuna. The scallop here, those are tiny bay scallops. If you don't have the tiny bay scallop, take some bigger one. Cut them in pieces, you know. Mushroom. My dice of avocado. scallion. You know, it's not only a question of color, it's a question of crunchiness and so forth. For example, here I have those sesame seed, and tell you, the sesame seed, when you bite in it with rice, is really good. The caviar, I think there's a tablespoon of caviar left. Yeah. Couple of uni on top. This is the roe of sea urchin. The taste is fantastic. Beautiful fennel leaves, be nice on top. And with this, of course, you have to do the sauce. And I have wasabi here. And that about the same amount of water. Then wasabi, a quarter of a cup. Just measure. Sometimes it takes a little more water. See, this one needs more. That's it. Okay. So you can put your wasabi in there. Remember, this is quite hot. Oof, I can smell it. And your soy, you can, of course, bring your soy this way, but it's a bit nicer if you have a more beautiful container, you know, to match that beautiful dishes. Here is the Chirashi Sushi, wasabi and soy. And now, broiled salmon